Hello, everyone. Oh, my throat. What's going on? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Sunday live stream. That's right. It's been a few days since I live streamed, and wow. I recorded a video on Friday, and I want to talk about that video because I'm so unsure, uncertain of that video. What if I upload it? What if it gains so much views, so many views? What if it becomes controversial? I am uncertain about that video. So the video was about Razor Fist, by the way. So okay, so the video was about Razor Fist. As you can see right over here, we have Razor Fist. So I just have to say that regarding Razor Fist, regarding what happened, I did a video on that, and wow, was it really interesting. I remember trying to record that video like 100 times, and when I finally got everything correct, when I got all of my words correct, it was an unscripted video, so yeah, when I finally got all of that nailed in, what happened was I was still contemplating whether or not I should upload it because it is interesting if you think about it because it's less than 4 minutes and I'm sure it might be taken the wrong way. And the best to describe it is well, it is you could say an apology video to Raise a Fist. I don't know um, if this video will do well. And look, I'm not chasing for views. I want to make the video, but publish the video, but at the same time, what if it seems a bit virtue signaling? I don't want it to feel like that. And I was thinking about that too. Like, what if it feels like I'm just virtue signaling? See, that's why I'm not going to. Well, a part of me doesn't want to publish that video because of that reason. But the other part of me wants to publish that because I feel like, you know what, I will get some sense of clarity. So Razorfist has been getting a lot of backlash due to his response video, which I think it was a solid 10 out of 10 response video. Obviously, a lot of people are upset at Razer due to the entire Goonagate stuff, but the one thing that really hurts my mind is that why will you use these false allegations to destroy Razer? And why do you use it now when you disagree with him on this one specific issue? If you guys really cared about those allegations, if you really cared about the victim, then you would have brought it up long ago before this. You guys would have canceled him years ago, but no, it's only the false information is only useful only when Razor is out of line, and that's the sad part. Look, you can disagree with Razor on his stance on Goonagate. You can really do that, but you don't have to throw the kitchen sink on him. Okay? Oh my goodness, it's really disappointing. Okay, sorry, that sound is my ruler. Look at this ruler. It's like a, what do you want to call it? A prism ruler. So I've been using this ruler for drawing and it's quite fun, but also a bit difficult. And I haven't really looked into these measurements, you know? You have, I think, millimeters. What is this? I've never seen this before. I don't know this kind of measurement. You know, in school, I hated measuring. I really did. Like when it came to diameters and circumferences and all that stuff, it was so difficult to understand. But you know what was worst in school? Alphabets. When they introduced all the alphabets, I was completely zoned out. But anyways, I am happy that you know what Razor did um, vindicate himself. But what's really disappointing is that it's that many people out there are treating this as if Razer crashed out. Like it didn't crash out. How did it crash out? Because he replied in the most Razor fist way. What? Because he called Smash JT out, which once again, Smash JT was treating his live stream as if it's like a walk in the park. These are serious allegations, and you're just giggling about it. You know, it's the same reason why I don't like a lot of commentary channels these days, because well, I'm not talking about political commentary or like anti-woke commentary. I'm talking about just regular commentary videos. I used to enjoy them when I was younger. Like back in 2018, I would watch so many of them. But as the years progressed, I realized that many of them are just really hating on people. You know, they're not making us point out ridiculousness, because those same things, the ridiculous stuff that they make fun of, will be the meta of the internet in a few years. Take all of the gender identity stuff. All of these people were fine clowning on it until years pass, and then they're now the ones defending it. So it's like, what's the point really making fun of all of this stuff? You know, slowly and slowly the walls close in on stuff they can make fun of, and I realized that they just make fun of people, and you know, they're not really calling out actual people who do silly things or ridiculous things. They just go and be bratty and smug and snarky about things. You know, they kind of put their nose into other people's businesses at times, and I don't like that. This is why I kind of stopped watching a lot of commentary, because it just feels like it feels like they just they just will talk about something uh, in an over sensationalist manner. Okay. But anyways, I did see some of that Smash JT reaction, and I was like, wait, what? Why? You know, I remember early in the morning I was watching that, and it was on Friday. I remember. I no no, was it Friday or was it Thursday? I think Thursday. Yeah, Thursday or Wednesday. Regardless, I was watching that video, and I was so disappointed um, in all of these YouTubers, really, because they treated this as if it's as if it's something just small, you know. I mean, it's not as if you get some of you guys uh, perpetuated these allegations against him. No, it's not like that at all. So they get so shocked, and they downplay all of these response videos, all of these responses, really. You know, the best thing Razer can do is just ignore the drama and move on, because at the end of the day, it's disappointing to see how this is happening. And it made me learn that some people, no matter which space you're in, will always be a bit divisive, and you just don't feel like just watching anymore, you know. So I'm not sure if I'll upload that video, but it was an apology video to Razorfist. I don't even think it matters, but I'm sure some of you guys will like it, because I show myself on that video. So I'm not sure if I have to edit that video. I'm not sure if I have to do anything, but I'll try my best to see what I can do with that video. Um, I have to always edit it, because the volume for some reason is so soft. I was speaking so loud, yet it's so soft. Okay, my room is so dusty. My table is really dusty. Like, oh my goodness, it's so dusty. Every time I have a dusting cloth, someone embezzles it from me. So I don't even know how to dust stuff. You know, I have these glasses cleaners that came with all my different kind of glasses over the years, and I use that, but it's not efficient. It's not efficient. That's why I hate cleaning this room, because it's just not efficient. Every time I get a dusting cloth, it's gone. um, anyways, I'm feeling really hungry. I forgot what I ate before. Oh yeah, I ate fish. 2 delicious hake fish. Um, I really like fish, and I had with mustard. For some reason, the mustard wasn't so good today. Normally if I eat with chicken burgers, it tastes phenomenal, but eating it with fish doesn't taste good. I don't even know why. Maybe something is the reason, and we just have to figure it out. Okay, so I've just been contemplating on different stuff, different cool ideas, and it seems that every time I get new ideas, and that's so fascinating. But every single time I get all cool ideas, and all the ideas feel better than the prior idea. I don't know if it's just me, but anyways, okay, let me just open Google and Google up some stuff. So, what can we talk about? Okay, so did you guys know there's a Pitbull hate account on Reddit? I discovered this last year, and oh wow, was this a really golden find? Normally Reddit is just so political and stuff like this, but this one is an interesting subreddit. It's called r/ban pitbulls, and it has over 120,000 supporters, which I think is interesting. You know, um, my stance on pitbulls is that they're pretty freaking scary. I'm not a fan of dogs in general. I'm more of a cat person, but still, even sometimes cats can creep you out. Um, so yeah, I am really, uh, really worried about a lot of people when pit bulls are involved, because it is a scary breed, and there's just so much debate going about them, whether or not people like him or not. It's just that it'll always have debates no matter what. Anyways, so what else can I search right now? You know what? Today on YouTube, I came across this one video from, I forgot his name, Jose. I don't know how to pronounce his name. You know that bread tuber with the blue jay icon, the blue jay character profile. Yeah, uh, I don't even know why his video popped up on my feed. I am trying my best not to engage in a lot of breadtube stuff. Mostly anti-breadtube stuff I engage in. Maybe that's the reason why I'm getting his videos recommended to me. And he did a video recently on Daily Wire. And you know me and Daily Wire. I have to be precise on Daily Wire, and I've been defending them many times. So yeah, I'm not gonna watch that video. I know it's gonna be full of crap. Pardon my language, but I just feel that way when it comes to a lot of bread tubers. The thing about a lot of breadtube video essayists is that they can look into something. Let's just say Lord of the Rings. Let's just say Lord of the Rings. They look into it, and what they'll do is they'll just try to force some kind of political analogy out of it, and it's their political analogy, not the one that could be buried in these books. No, they have to kind of shape it into their view, and they have to always make it about trashing anyone on the right. Um, really annoying stuff. And I'm really not just disappointed. I'm just annoyed that so many people get their information from these bread tubers and bread tuber adjacent folk who will always call everything offensive, and then at the same time want to erase history. you know, I came across this one video about Roald Dahl, and this person was complaining that they should just give the rights to the public for all of his works, so that the public can edit all the 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 bad stuff from his work. And it's like, you guys are not entitled to his work. No, you're not entitled. A lot of these people believe that they're entitled to a lot of the author's work because they like it. Okay, fine, but but then they believe that they can fix it. You know the meme "I can fix her." Well, it's like that, but for bread tubers. They believe that every piece of media they have to take as their own, and they can edit all the problematic stuff. And the thing is that instead of them creating new works of art, they want to take other people's work, change it up. And one of the biggest victims of this is the Harry Potter books. As you guys can see right over here, there's like the entire set. Every time people, oh, I dropped my medicine. These are expired, by the way. I These tablets. Actually, I may have to buy more of these medication because I am going back to the oral surgeon. So yeah, and I have to take those antibiotics before any surgery. So yeah, anyways, there are these books which always seem to be in the middle of controversy because we all know why, but still, it's that a lot of people believe that they're entitled to these books. They need to own these books, not JK. They need to own these books just because they have a childhood with it. Newsflash: I have a childhood with many entertainment, especially Monster Hunter. And if you look at modern Monster Hunter, guess what? It's not what I expected. Okay, you know how sad it is to look at the state of current Monster Hunter. It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking. You know, I don't even feel like I'm connected to Monster Hunter anymore. It feels like Monster Hunter evolved to a different species, and here I am, still the same old species, the living fossil. It feels like like reptiles evolving into mammals. That's what it feels like. Okay, it's just it's not good. Okay, it's not good, guys. It's sad. It's really sad. Oh boy. Um, but yeah, you know what? I feel like as much as I would love to own Monster Hunter, you know what? I don't have to. I can make my own hunting series. I can take a lot of inspiration from that said series and make something else, something greater. I can aim for greatness. You know what I'm saying? I can do something different. I don't have to just stick with Monster Hunter. Sure, I am so obsessed because it's one of the biggest pieces of media I've ever been obsessed with growing up. But you have to realize that you have to let go sometimes, and when you let go, you have this um, you have this elated feeling inside you, as if there's a secret garden growing in you and you can be creative. I can make my own hunting series and whatever, make it as difficult as I want it to be or easy as I want it to be. I can make it fun or I can make it boring. I have the power, so I shouldn't just be beholden to Monster Hunter. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of these people can also move on, but they can't. And yeah, anyways, I'm so hungry today. So iDubbbz made a content deputy. So what is a content deputy? A content deputy is a response to the response of a content cop. So the victim of a content cop will make a response video, and iDubbbz will make a content deputy, which is basically a response to the response. So yeah, it is. It dropped it 32 minutes. Um, I can't tell dislikes. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I'm gonna flip my tablet so you guys can see. So here we go. Y- You know, um, when I look at this setup, it reminds me of my old tablet. I still have it, by the way, a really big one, Samsung Tab 4, and wow, is it so gigantic and smart and everything like it. It was so high tech at the time, and the layup was like this. You would have the video over here, but once upon a time, YouTube had the comment section on this side. You would just have to like keep scrolling and stuff. But anyways, oh look, this is the video I'm talking about. This one, the Daily Wire's decline. Oh boy, oh boy, indeed. So, another one. Oh my gosh. What is up with video essayist bread tubers always appearing? You click on one video and then all of a sudden all of them think they can invade, they can colonize your recommended feed. Witness it, but so you guys can't really see my reflection because I have a towel on my head. Maybe you can. Okay, I don't know. I don't think you can. So look at this man. Look at this handsome. Okay, I'm sorry. This this once upon a time awesome guy. What happened to him? What happened to him? You know, I'll tell you what happened to him. He is on the road of transition. I'm telling you right now, iDubbbz is going to transition. Okay, I'm just saying he's going to come out as a woman, and a lot of people will cheer him on and say, "Oh, finally, Yas Queen," and all of that stuff. And it'll be so cringe, but also a lot of people will just be cheering it on because that's what they have to do, you know. Um, episode of Content Deputy. Now, normally in a Content Deputy, I would dance around in my cop outfit in the woods, but this video isn't going to have any of that fanfare. We're just going to get straight into it. I was hoping that if I made a video about Ethan, he would act like an adult and he would keep the attacks directed at me and Oh my goodness. No, no, no. I didn't watch H3H3's video. I didn't watch the previous Content Cup besides seeing a bunch of clips. And you know why I'm so disappointed? It's because this immature guy, this immature, I'm not going to say words, but this guy was acting so immature in his Content Cup. And then now it's like, oh, I expected Ethan to act better. No, 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 no. Dude, you supposed to be acting good. Thinking that because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anissa and I, he started attacking our charity event. I don't know if you noticed, but the last year they lost $250,000. Oh, by the way, uh, H3 debated Asan. Wow, what a turn of events. I remember a few years ago, these guys were elbow rubbing buddies. And now look at them. Look at them. They're all hating each other. Oh boy. I'm not astonished. Jordan Peterson did call this. He said, "Hey, this is gonna happen to you," and it did. It did. And the worst part is that I don't know if he learned from this, and I have a feeling that iDubbbz is gonna have a very strange adventure down the woke rabbit hole.
You act like to give money to charity, Sean. You have to give money to be charity. It's like a slush fund for them.
Ethan and Mila are well aware that we raised $1.3 million for charity the first year of Creator Clash. The second year we operated at a loss. And you know something about the second Creator Clash? If you guys don't know, Creator Clash is this influencer boxing event. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with having these boxing events. I remember the KSI versus uh, uh, Logan boxing event. That's all fine, that's all fine. No issue with that whatsoever. I have a problem, however, with these guys basically making it a spectacle. You know, they had a red carpet event. I remember this. You can find clips of this and a full live stream of it. A red carpet event for these influencers, and they invited not just the people participating and their relatives, but they invited other kinds of influencers all together. It was an influencer orgy without without any of the sex. That's what it felt like. And no hate to all of the other influencers, because I'm sure they just want to have a good time. But honestly, for me, it really disappoints me. It's like, you guys spend so much money on the red carpet. It's like, why? Why do that? Cut the red carpet out. You don't need that. You don't need to invite all your bosom buddies just to, promote this event. I take full responsibility for that. We did band together. The community and the fighters involved ended up raising $175,000. Yeah, iDubbbz had to have an additional live stream just to make the money he couldn't finish raising. And it's like, oh my goodness, you know? Wow. It's been really disheartening to see how often Ethan will attack Creator Flash. Going to just stretch my hairy arm. Sorry. Um, Playback. We're gonna speed it up. I can't.
Us, or us from Creator Clash. Ian, and he's a master of putting on events. He's reposting random troll accounts. They're very easy to set. If you click on his profile, it has a bunch of Sam Hyde adjacent posts, and it just hates that he's not.
Sam Hyde adjacent posts. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Wow.
You're one step away from calling me a cuck. Just take the plunge. He's highlighted this post that equates Creator Clash to a crypto rug pull. He's saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon. Can't wait for them to blame him.
Remember TanaCon? Oh my gosh, this brings back so much good memories. Back in 2018, Tana Mojo, a YouTuber, a storytime YouTuber, yes, she was a storytime YouTuber. I'm sure you guys remember the meme, he fucked me with a toothbrush. I'm sure some of you guys remember that. Regardless, she had this event in 2018. Funny enough, iDubbbz did a content cop on her 2017. So she survived that content cop, I guess. And this Tana event, I think it was with also another influencer. It was really chaotic. And I'm not just talking about the tea spill kind of chaotic, I'm talking about the actual term chaotic. People were standing in line for hours. It was horrible. There's videos on it all over the internet. It was a time I would say that YouTube was at a turning point. I feel like 2018 was that one year that everyone can forget about, but it was one of the most, really interesting years. And even during that same time, I remember FouseyTube wanted to have his own concert or event or something like that. July 15th, he's supposed to have Drake on. He kept saying Drake is going to come on, but Drake said nope. Didn't hear of this guy. So yeah, um, I'm just saying, 2018 was actual chaotic. So yeah,
Their failed events. Don't worry, Ema. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it. Now, with this recent revelation that people are just going to use Creator Clash to Anissa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control to our.
you know what? I think this is a good idea. I think it's good that it's not connected to Creator Clash because uh, iDubbbz has been, every time he puts out a tweet or something, the dude is getting dragged online. Okay, the dude is getting dragged like a sack of potatoes. So I think the best thing for him to do is kind of like step aside, let someone else be in charge of it, and I think that's much better. Always let other people who can handle it handle the situation, and I think he also has to just not really say that much because at the end of the day, um, Creator Clash did kind of suffer. The second Creator Clash did suffer just a bit because of his drama with him and Froggy Fresh. Froggy Fresh. Anyways,
Business partners who ran the previous two events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis. The event is still happening. Anissa and I just don't have any financial ties. We don't have any ownership. We are, I think, just going to be known as the founders of the event. Yeah,
that's good.
I think it had to come to this eventually. I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't. I mean, I can. I just didn't want to. I want to be frank. I want to be honest. I was very quiet during the second Creator Clash because I was.
Honest. No, you're not honest. iDubbbz, you're not honest. You are falling down this rabbit hole of radicalization, and it's going to be really sad because as the years progress, the same buddies you are rubbing shoulders with are going to make you more and more radical. You know, um, it's just going to be really sad.
How that would impact other people. This year, I said I'm going to do something different. I'm going to fight back if someone's trying to attack me. So that's what I did. And now I've realized, like, I can't really have.
Fight back. How did H3 attack you? You were the one saying stuff prior to that. You were the one taking sides before all of this. You involve yourself in this drama. So yeah.
It's either you're going to talk shit like a foul beast on the internet, or you're going to have a charity event. It really can't be both. I'm very proud of the event we made with Creator Clash. It's still happening, June 28th. I'm just not going to be involved in it. Please, for the love of God, support this event. I feel like in some ways I'm like cutting off an arm so that I could escape the bear trap, and so I can fight. Well, that's a bad analogy. You guys get it. We've already told all the fighters, and it seems like most people understand that this is the best move. If the previous content comp was entertaining to you, or this video is entertaining, or you like the message, the best thing that you can do for me is to support Creator Clash. Buy a ticket, buy pay-per-view.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Wait. Oh my gosh, the comment keeps disappearing. Do you have any opinions on H3's position in Israel, Palestine? No, not that much. I don't. I really don't have that much opinion on him. You know, for me, it's just that I'm disappointed in iDubbbz for, you could say, backstabbing H3. You know, they don't have to agree on politics. Um, okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay, sorry. My door is closed. Sometimes I hear voices. It could be something. I don't know.
Ticket, an in-person ticket, or donate to the fundraiser. I just want to see this event do well. I didn't try this shit because I thought I was going to be a good boxer. I didn't think I'd be an awesome event organizer. And now I'm finally back to where I started, which making fucking content cop videos. I don't want to make this too ham-fisted, but I kind of do want to make it ham-fisted because I'm like, I spent my last fucking 4 years working on this stupid boxing shit. I mean, it was worth it, absolutely. But like, it's crazy that I just returned to content cop. Having said all that, Creator Flash ticket link down in the description. Go check it out. Buy tickets. Support the charity. Support.
I would say, I would say, I would say it is. I know what's going on, but still, politics. I feel like it's the more like finer details, the more you could say back and forth going on with different people and different stances and different countries and their stances. That's kind of like the politics of the entire what do you call it, situation happening. And the thing is that iDubbbz, I feel like, has kind of made it political, and I feel like he kind of made it a bit more political. Sorry, because his previous content crop, I only saw a clip of it, by the way, was with him and his bread tuber buddies. So yeah, I feel like the dude was really, really, trying to make this a bit more about politics, and I really wish they just agreed to disagree, you know, because it would have just been fine if they just agreed to disagree and move on, or they could have discussed it on on their own terms away from the screen.
The fighters and have a good ass time. I mean, ultimately, I think it's a good thing because I think I am meant to roll around in shit. I think me and Ethan are both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long, and other people are meant to do boxing or debating or whatever else. Ethan and me, pig shit rolling around type of fellas.
Those were the good old days. Okay, but referring to the death and destruction in the area as politics is euphemistic when it's harrowing for so many people involved in it. Look, I get it. I get it. I know what you're trying to say, but oh my gosh. I'm just not good with debates, okay?
I think the worst
Uh,
criticisms I labeled it.
this is why you won't find me on any debates, If I was a good debater, I'm sure I would have debated iDubbbz on something like, I don't know, breadsticks or something like that.
He's a bad boss, a tyrant of a boss. I just implied that he was being taken advantage of by people either in his community or outside this community, and I called him a bitch made coward. That was like the summary of personal insults labeled at Ethan. Before Ethan even knew what my video was about, he was already framing me as anti-Semitic. But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking quarterback, fuck this Jew.
There was a clip of iDubbbz having the bleach sword. Now, apparently H3 did take this, as a Nazi symbol, but I don't know why iDubbbz was holding the sword in the first place in that one clip I saw, which was him and his bread tuber buddies dancing and acting like high school children. In fact, even in high school, I never acted like that. I was weird, definitely, really weird, but I was never acting like that. And yeah,
That Zionist baby killer guys, right? I don't know if that's what the video is. I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys. Let's get after it. Israelis have no right to defend themselves. Actually, all Israelis are settlers. Actually, was he gonna give me a history lesson now? Is he a historian? Yeah, he just discovered empathy. By the way, it only extends to the point where you're actually talking about Jewish people or Israelis. Then empathy stops, and they should all be murdered. Bro's actually out there like Timothy McVeigh. He's running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. There's a Jew. I'm not a Jewish one. Timothy McVeigh. They want all you guys to quit. Me to just be like alone, little Jew boy, alone. But even under a year ago was saying he doesn't use anti-Semitism in that way. He's not a guy to call any.
I wish I was live streaming on my on a laptop if I had any, because it would be so cool. It would be really cool. Then I don't have to hold this and shake it all about. You can have a proper screen to look at. Agree or disagree is something to be applied for pizza toppings or ice cream flavors, not for an ongoing genocide in the name of a movement based on a shaky religious foundation.
And everything anti-Semitic. My whole life I've never screamed foul on anti-Semitism. I've been getting this shit to the second.
Once again, both of them are powerless in this situation. So they just have to like say, yeah, I disagree with your stance on this, and there you go. They have to talk it out privately.
On the internet, and I have never fucking ever done this. Okay, so people online are saying, oh, Ethan's making himself a victim, or Ethan's making everything about anti-Semitism. I've done this once in my life right now. But he's like, no, absolutely, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag, fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer guy, right? I don't know if that's what the video is. I mean, I get that he's scared and offended, but this is the whole fucking point of my video, Ethan. I was saying you shouldn't be doing this.
Hold on, I want to read the comments. I really want to read the comments. So, oh my goodness. Read the comments. Can I click on? Oh my goodness, I can't click on the comments. This is weird. Great. I can't click on the comments. I want to read the comments. You know, my favorite thing to do, and I'm so used to it now, is read at the same time, watch the video, and I just can't do it. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I'm going to click out and click in. Can I? And now the comments section is gone. What the heck? Wait. Great, guys. It keeps disappearing. Keeps disappearing. How is that possible? See, this is why I wish I had a laptop. It would have been so much easier to live stream this. It's supposed to be, and it's gone. The comment section is gone. YouTube just took it away because I wanted to read it. You know, oh, look, there's another video right over there on H3. So I don't know the dislikes. This is not Chrome, so I can't tell. Where was I? Somewhere over.
It's fucking crazy. I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword. I don't want to talk about Hassan's sword hilt because Ethan himself basically admitted already multiple times he doesn't think any of us did that intentionally, and he would be right. Do I think any of them actually like wanted to put a swastika?
I mean, it's for me, it's not the swastika. It's the sword. It's like, why will you hold a sword in a reaction video? You know, not reaction. Sorry, content cop video. Unless you're doing a skit. You know, unless the context is about swords or something. You know, that just felt weird to me. It's like, why do that?
A photo? No, yeah. That's no. I don't actually think that. The chances that they did on purpose is close to zero, right? So I'm not using that. I picked up a random sword in Hassan's room and playing around. That could be the end of the discussion. You don't actually need to debate Hassan about the sword hilt. He left it up.
Decision-making
If it was a mistake, he could have deleted it. But I'm not going to delete the photo because that would be indulging in your weird anti-Semitic fantasies. We could free Palestine without being a Nazi. Fucking Nazis. How about that? I'm done being nice to Ethan. I gave it a chance. My sincerity and my
Being nice, sincerity. Where's the sincerity, items? I mean, that video was pretty childish. That clip I saw of him, pretty childish. I don't think that's sincerity. That's just cringe. You know, it's just him being cringe and.
empathy in that last video was real. I was even equating to him having crash out moments in the same way that denims could have crash out moments. I think we're all capable of it. But he was using it in the video to suggest that I was making fun of his mental health. My good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me to make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe Ethan's able to get some help. Dude, I'm not making fun of your mental health. Every example you used was me basically saying that other people are trying to affect you. It's understandable. If you're going through this right now, Ethan, we all go through this. To characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible doing. Every fucking example that you tried to smear me with was me actually pointing to something else that could be affecting you. Even brought the clip of me saying, if you get help, we all need help. Everyone on this planet needs help. I don't care how you get it. You can wander into the jungle and go on an ayahuasca trip. I don't care how you get your help or what you define as help. But if it helps you, that would be good. Because right now it doesn't seem like you're getting much help. The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video from Ethan and Eva is that I didn't mention the CPS call. So there's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time. There was not even one mention of CPS. And a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day that it made to us. So like,
You know what I noticed? You know what I noticed that always astonished me? The dude lost weight. The dude lost weight. Like, oh my goodness. I remember him when I was a kid, and I would watch some of his videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, this dude is big. And look at him now. It's like, whoa, the dude looks like Morning Shot. It looks like Morning Shot.
That's the context. It's pretty cowardly. I wonder why I would mention CBS call. Could it be that the CBS call happened the same day that you were shit talking me, and I didn't have any chance to defend myself? You just immediately, in the same podcast, right next to each other, said CBS call was very traumatic, and then you said fuck me and Anissa, and you linked those together. You kind of layered those flavors, and then Anissa and I got a bunch of harassment. We had nothing to do with the CBS call. Where are all these fucking comments on your Reddit saying like it happened because of the CBS call? I don't entirely blame your audience for being confused because number one, it's a fucking cult, and number two, you can't even get the timeline straight. So if anyone's watching your dumbass, that their brain is also going to get scrambled. Be friends as long as they're getting something out of it. So again, he's not trying to context. What was the context? Okay, I'll play this part. Did you guys ever find the context of what I was talking about here? Because I feel like I wasn't even talking about it. I could be wrong. I just don't remember ever saying like. And if I did say that, I thought you were talking about them. He said, "You have clip." That's the same clip of Solomon CBS call. Yeah. It's hard to say conversation. You completely wiped your brain of what happened during the CBS stream. That's not my fucking fault. That's no one else's fault but yours. All I wanted for you to do was say the bare minimum of like, hey, this is fucked up. This is not true about CBS. Whatever. Like the bare minimum. It came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about the podcast. Like, hey, I'm not getting involved. I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out. This is what I was talking about. You cannot have something terrible happen and be like, yes, let's make some content, and then shit talk your friends hate you. That's and a lot of the clips he uses is us fired up from the day. Yeah. For anyone confused about the timeline, Ethan was talking shit about us on his Instagram before any CBS shit. He was also talking shit about us on his podcast before any CBS visit. On March 7th, CBS visits Ethan and Hila, and that same day, they decide, let's do our podcast. And let's have the topic be the CBS visit and how distraught we are about that. And then right next to that, right after it, you guys talk about me and Anissa. But you don't just talk about us. You shit talk us, and you imply that we're friends with people who are doing this, who are the ones who are harassing you.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Anonymous,
Did I say that?
What's the?
I said
Who
they're
called
primary
CPS?
responsible for harassing
Who
me.
called CPS?
What the fuck? So I don't know. To be honest, I'm very proud that I didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Hila's defense because when you look into the story, it actually looks a lot shittier for Ethan and Hila. And I do mean that literally. There was this H3 stream where Ethan was dumping as per usual. He was talking about his own health. He was talking about his cock breath, his dog having diarrhea, his dog having giardia. Olive has giardia. It's a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea. His child running around putting things in their mouth. Sonny's crawling around, putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia. The whole family possibly having giardia. And now Hila has giardia. For real? And now I think this morning I had diarrhea. What can I do to not get it? Yeah, because I'm not trying to get it. It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. We're talking about the viscosity of his child's shit, and all the meanwhile he's covered in viscosity, diarrhea. You mentioned diarrhea a lot. Crazy diarrhea, like in the middle of the night. All the time he's having these crazy diarrheas. Wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas and extremely foul-smelling diarrheas. So of course, Ethan having made so many diarrheas, other people react to his content, and when other people see that he's talking about his children getting giardia from dog food, Sonny's crawling around, putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia. People are quite reasonably concerned. One who's seeing that content might be concerned about false reaction.
Doo-doo family.
By the way, it's not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, his child having giardia, him and his whole family having giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now what Ethan does, instead of taking any responsibility for sharing too much on his live stream, is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of the CBS call because her chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning. Is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by child protective.
Denims is a weird lady. She also put a price on someone's head. Which person was it? Was it Grums or was it Asmongold? Like she wanted someone to kill one of those guys, and it's like what? You know, to listen to Denims, that crazy woman, really? Wow.
Services. The problem with this CBS thing is that Ethan has proven to be a manipulative piece of shit. So when he calls on me, what the fuck am I meant to do? I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you because in your video defending himself, you use a that takes context from like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you. Love that. I made a good point. You said, "Is this every comment? I believe this is a live via the chat. This has been edited."
Oh yeah, we go. The comments are finally back, guys. The comments appeared. So let's read the comments. Okay, so a lot of people are making memes right now, and oh my goodness, guys, my leg. I wish I can show you guys my leg, but no, it's all bacon, cracky, and a bit weird. It's all cramped. So now when I hit it, I can't feel that much. Okay, so I'm going to read some new comments. Ain't no way you double down, bro. Yeah, a lot of people in the like in the new chats are calling him out on his recent behavior. Oh, it's kind of hard to get used to this tablet. This is the first time I've ever had a tablet this size. I've had a bigger tablet, definitely, and I've had a smaller one, but this is like a very interesting one. So EDOBS, guys. EDOBS, Let's see what else. iDubbbz. Oh boy. Look at that. Uh, Anyways, I'm so hungry, guys. I want to eat. I really want to eat. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.